Yo guys, welcome back to another video here. Me, Patrick Levar. You guys just saw the last video I shot where I was using raw DNG files shot on a cell phone. Big cheesy grin smile. Well, anyways, I'm back at it. This time I had the 1.55 anamorphic lens, and I was like, how can I get this to work with anamorphic? Because you guys know I love anamorphic. So what I basically ended up doing this time, I just grabbed a couple of shots. I upped the crop size to 20%. So I think it's a little bit more resolution, but it also being more resolution, I lost a lot of size or a lot of space. So I was only able to shoot like 6 or 7 clips at 5 seconds, 10 seconds. They're up to 10 seconds. So I shot about 6 to 5 clips at 10 seconds, 20% crop, 24 frames per, and everything was auto exposure. I'm having issues every time I try to go to manual exposure or manual ISO and shutter speed. The focus kind of locks off into some other place and I lose my focus. So I think it may be this device, but anyways, this is still early days of the app. So quickly, let me show you guys the clips. Again, these clips are nothing super cinematic and epic. I'm not doing any type of montage. I'm literally just taking shots right now, testing, and this is the whole thing. I mean, this is what these guys are doing. This is experimental. I'm just doing testing shots. So unlike the main video we saw from Motioncam, that's, you know, was nice and put together in London. That was fantastic. I'm getting my data in and find out what I can do and what I can't do on my device. I was at the Telegram group the other day or yesterday, and I noticed a lot of people were posting comments and stuff there. Guys, we got to remember that this is early days. A lot of people are asking for all these requests, which I think they know already, guys, right? Like, just some people are like, where's the sound? How come this? Guys, it's basic right now. We have DNG being able to pump out of our cell phone. This is fantastic, right? All that other stuff will come in time. So relax on some of those comments in there because it just gets quite annoying having to sift through some of these comments. But anyways, I'm going to show you the process here on how I basically cropped everything. And again, it's a kind of a crude, I'm not no mathematician. I don't know the exact aspect ratio and the percentage of zooming up and all that. All I know is I shoot it, I de-squeeze it, I get it to fit in the frame, it looks good, render it. So I'm going to show you that process. And then I'm also going to show you the power of DNG files. I'm going to push, like, since it was an auto, some of the highlights were like way blown out as far as I'm like, I always like to film in manual because I always want to control my exposure and I always want to control my white balance. I want complete control of the image that's coming out of my phone at all times, right? And I like to get it as close as possible to the final results in camera while I'm shooting, so I don't have to work so hard in the editing process, you know, post. That's a tip that I've learned from basic Roger Deakins. He always tries to get his shot as best as possible in camera right then and there, exposures, color balance, everything, so you have less work to do post processing. And I've taken that philosophy and it's been fantastic, and basically it's a lot easier to edit and grade. So enough of the jibber jabber. Let me jump into DaVinci Resolve and show you guys how I crunched this down to fit 1.55 anamorphic. Quick update. I just got a message from one of my subscribers saying they just released 7.0 on the app, on the Motion app, and a lot of people were asking me, where can I get the Motion app? If you go to the Telegram site, guys, they also have randomly in the feed, there's some APK files, but there's a GitHub page also where I just went and downloaded the 7. I'll do it on screen on the phone, or I'll get that information down there below for you. But I think the GitHub page is probably the ultimate place to get it. On the Android store, that is not the same version. That one does not have the raw capability. So don't download that one. I changed the links and everything. So, whew, I gotta breathe. I'm just so excited about what's going on with these DNGs right now. This is fantastic. I got a lot of videos coming up, guys. Like, I'm gonna be doing Canon EOS DNGs versus mobile DNGs. I've got so much stuff just frying in my brain right now, so we're gonna get into that right now. So enough of the jibber jabber, and hang on, I wasn't sure if that was an earthquake. It was freaky. Off the subject, last night I had a terrible dream about an earthquake and me getting detached from my family. I wake up this morning and look at my phone.
A magnitude 5.4 quake struck in the west at around 9:30.
That was total like an X-File Twilight Zone moment there. But anyways, back to the subject. Let's get inside DaVinci Resolve. Alright guys, so we're inside DaVinci Resolve here. Now the first thing I basically did here, actually I just shot this while I was off screen. I just shot this with the new update, the 7.0 update. I wanted to see if there was going to be any difference as far as anything changing and I haven't really noticed anything different. Again, I shot this in auto, and I'm having issues every time I try to change the exposure. Now, this clip right here, I wanted to show you guys. There are some settings inside of there, and I asked about it yesterday. If you go into settings, I think all the way at the bottom, there's like RAW 10 and then there's RAW 16. And I think that means it's RAW 10-bit or RAW 16-bit. I'm not, don't quote me on that, but that's what I'm feeling that it is. I did the first shots I did all in RAW 10 and everything worked fine. This was a RAW 16 clip for me. I shot this morning because I wanted to see if I got anything better, and this is basically what I got shooting RAW 16. I did get somebody in the group that said just use RAW 10. It's more better or more stable at the moment. So I did RAW 10. Even in the video that they shot in London, it was all RAW 10. So again, there's RAW 16, and that's what it looks like. So just use RAW 10 at the moment here. And let me show you the process here. So what I did was, if I go up into my clip here, let me grab one of my clips. Now they're already, let's go ahead and just drag this on my timeline. And what I do here, let me go ahead and, here was the clip, and already it's, let me switch it back to what it was when it first came in, right? It's going to be set to something other than what I'm going to show you, right? No matter what it is. What I do is I drag my clip, I right click on it, I go to click attributes, and then inside here, this pixel aspect ratio, whatever it is stock, is not going to be at what we need it to be in. So I basically click on this, and I shot, again, I was using the 1.55 anamorphic lens. So if you look up here, there's 1.5, right? Basically, you select this 1.5, and then it's going to basically tweak it, right? And I think it might look like this already. And then what I do from here to get it to fit, so I go down to here, I go to my scaling, and I go to stretch, okay? And then it brings it in, and that's still not right. And then I come up here to zoom, and I think I went actually, hang on, we go 0.670, and then that should do it. Now, I don't think this is technically pixel aspect ratio, right? Again, I'm not a mathematician, I don't know all that. But it looks good to me, and it looks like what it normally looks like when I shoot with 1.5 anamorphic. There is a little bit on the side I noticed that's just like ever so maybe, 10, 15 pixels of extra stuff on the side that I can't get, whatever. But this is pretty much close enough, right? So boom, there we go. And then I'll just export this. I won't use HD. I've been going up res. I've been exporting things at, let me show you quickly here. Here are my export settings, 10HD. I switch it to Ultra HD, which is 3840 by 2160, just to compensate for compression that YouTube does, just to get a cleaner image, a little bit more, to save some pixels from getting crushed out, right? Now, power of DNGs. Let me get into that right now.